Now, people, this is a viral video. This female circular man with a lass play what kind of domino pan shop appears a blow going a yard. People, even though it is not a joking situation, but a man is supposed to be a man. Well, when them have a lass, all you have to can do some of the time I just comply. No? The woman is dangerous. Yeah, man, you have some woman out there when a ram for beat, man.
She do it again, she beat him. When I see the boy get a ill treat him. I bring them a tick in the Dali Sundays. A couple broom sweep on the ground.
Now, people, can somebody tell me what's going on right here? This woman and her man a dance. You can see in the club. And the woman have a broken buckle in her hand. Jaja, imagine grooving to the rhythm while being scared at the same time. The dance of death. The man a dance, literally film life. Jaja, and the woman face is not that pleasant. Now, people, that is a hard pill to swallow. Speaking about swallow do.
Alright, so I don't know if people supposed to eat this, cause you know, it bitter as hell. But me I go try, cause it not go bother me. Yeah, it kinda bitter.
Now, people, it is extremely good to see a Rastafarian nowadays eating something but pork, if you know what I mean. But people, talk truth, me and your seat pan the Rasta you'd face them one spit out the aloe vera. I smell aloe vera already and taste the bitterness in my mouth. Like literally just smell it. And you know that feeling there? You want so the Rasta you eat the aloe vera. Rasta, we know say something good for you, but Jaja, talk it truth, man. You want to talk come here. Anyhow, people, what is up? Welcome to the Truth family. Hope each and every one of you is having a blessed and productive day. And people, as usual, do remember to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, make we kick the video off like this. Now, people, check this out. That is a recent video of a police shooting a civilian in St. Elizabeth, Santa Cruz, to be more specific. Now, people, the scenario is like this. A man attacked the police officer with a stone. Then the police officer in return took his firearm, discharged it, hitting the man. Now, people, the shocking part about this video is not the police actually defending himself against the man with the stone, is the fact that the police officer actually walked away from the scene without calling ambulance are getting any assistance for this person. Then again, people, a police officer shooting a man because the man attacked you with a stone. Don't you think you have other means and ways? Because that I think that could be seen as excessive force. Not like the man didn't even throw the stone. And remember that some of these persons are of unsound mind. But people, the police just walk away like nothing happened, not get ambulance, nothing. I mean, like, Jaja, these are the persons that are supposed to serve and protect us. Seem like these are the persons that are going to kill and leave us. That is the reputation the police officers are having at this point. And they should know that cell phones and video is very prevalent in these times. So not like them can tell lie. And again, people, Indicom is asking the commissioner and the prime minister to equip the police officers with body cameras. So, both parties, when an incident happen, can tell their side of the story and you can actually see who is in the wrong from who is in the right. But people, do share your thoughts in the comment section. And also, people, speaking about police, two police officers, two police constables were found guilty for the offense of bodily harm and assault involving a male citizen in the Kingston area. So, people, there have it. The police, they might get fined guilty, so they are not above the law. Too much police abuse them authority nowadays. And we still attack to the citizen. Them do not interfere in the police investigation. Police, you need to protect the people. Don't beat them off and go catch the real criminals. But people, do share your thoughts in the comment section. Now, people, for some news on the dancehall scene, international dancehall artist Popcaan was seen with international rapper 21 Savage in a recent video. And people, for whatever reason, once they mention Popcaan name, some type of mix-up, some type of controversy, dancehall artist Valiant went to Instagram and posted a groupie, where a lot of fans are speculating that he might call Popcaan a rapper groupie, because Popcaan always appear with the rappers them. Now people, Valiant was not having it, as he took to Instagram to let everyone know that he was not talking about Popcaan. Him not talk about an artist, him just randomly post something, and him basically say about his music, because he was in the studio working on his music, and him now made someone he is focused on his career. And I must say, people cannot even post nothing and about somebody. Well, people, I definitely agree with that. Him never call Popcaan name, and him can just make a random post about any situation. But do you feel like say a Popcaan him attack or him throw some shades at?
Anybody who see do me video with me and them lay down your when me there do Sunday to Sunday for Javelin, they me give me piece of front, but in a feel 3 piece like what song say. It's either a couple weeks after that me feel like me did want to show it down. When you see me in a Guzu video them, Guzu get it regularly till me have to tattoo the name Guzu best fuck right there. So you understand what I'm saying? So in a look video where you see me now whatever.
Hold on, live out the shirt.
Yeah man, me have Guzu name. Guzu best. And then the FUCK. I just choose the one intense name to get nothing calm. In the two raw for me. I mean, never like them the type of style.
No, people, that was social media personality Ivani talking about dancehall artist Javelani and, you know, Tamale Sparta, the Guzman himself. Well, people, they were not talking about going to church together. They were not talking about doing some charity. They were talking about, you heard what they were talking about. You know what, people? Not my business, your business. Make we move right along.
My name is Toshina Patterson, and this is my 10-month-old daughter, Soraya Paulwell. She is also the daughter of Philip Paulwell, Member of Parliament for the constituency of Kingston East in Jamaica. On September 9th, 2023, at about 7 a.m., Leota Bradshaw, Philip's other baby mother, pulled up to my house on Gilmore Drive, Kingston 20. She had been blowing up my phone trying to get me out of my house. I went outside with Soraya and got into the vehicle. We were there for about 22 minutes when we went with Leota. Little did I know Leota had been plotting. On the 5th of September, Leota had contacted me on Facebook claiming to be Philip's wife after learning about my baby from a strange page with a PNP logo on it, going by the name Jessica Dean. Who was that? We had a brief conversation because I blocked her after she suggested that I do a DNA test for my child to prove that Philip was her father. The next day she came to Jamaica on a wicked mission. September 6th, the very next day, she was in Jamaica and linked up with her cousin Roland Balfour, and together they contracted men to murder me and my innocent child for 500,000 Jamaican dollars. They met up with a man called Roshane Miller and another man called Richard Brown to arrange the heartless acts. She gave them a down payment of 100,000 Jamaican dollars and assured them that she will give them the rest once me and my baby are no longer breathing. The men went to my address that night to scope out the area. They met with Leota in Stony Hill, where she had been staying, and had an official meeting on how exactly they were going to get rid of us. After the SUV drove off with me and my baby that morning, they took us to Waraka Hill. My baby was a happy, loving baby. She was there in her little pink onesie, playing with the men who were there with Leota. Suddenly, the mood shifted. I caught on that something was wrong. I realized that I had made a horrible mistake. My poor innocent baby watched me as I begged for her life, but their minds were made up. Leota was their dictator. I could see exactly what was going on, but I just wanted my baby to be safe. One of the men shot my baby in her head, then emptied 3 shots into her lifeless body. It was now my turn. He pointed the gun to my head, and the last words I heard was, "Leave people man alone." Our charred, decomposing remains were found in Waraka Hill after one of the men who is responsible for our horrific demise confessed to the police out of fear of dying by the hands of another hitman. We need justice to the full extent of the law. Jamaica, don't fail us.
And people, of course, this is a AI developed video, but people just watching the literal person tell you about their demise, it just makes it so surreal. So, you know, so I can't find word how to explain the sadness you feel while watching this video, like literally watching the person, the image of the baby, and it is extremely sad. But people, I'm going to leave you with this video of this person warning everybody not to open an NCB account. And if you do have an NCB account, withdraw all your money, all your funds. And people, I agree with that. But people, do take a look at this video.
I'm doing this video to let anyone out there who have an account with NCB or who intend on having an account with NCB to be careful. If you have one in NCB, take your money out there and run. If you're planning on opening an account with NCB, take your money from NCB and run. Because some things is going on in NCB right now where I'm telling you, it's going to leave a lot of us Jamaican bankrupt. All right? They have a saying to say, if it don't break, don't fix it. And that is what is going on in NCB right now. The reason why you see they are changing all of them top brasses in the bank is because something fishy is going on in there and management is aware of it and they are doing nothing about it with the concern to the small man. Yes, they are changing the top brass, but still we the small man not getting any justice. So I'm going to tell you now, Jamaicans here in Jamaica and Jamaicans in the diaspora, listen to me. If you have your money in NCB, take it out and run. If you're planning on putting any money into NCB, take it out and run. Hear me clearly. Recently, I was home about 4 months ago. About after 7 tonight, I get a notification that someone trying to use my account at Price Mart in Kingston. Now, I live in Mandeville, but it was declined. I get up, I check my account, everything was okay. About 2-3 times for the night, I check my account, everything was okay. The following morning, I get up, I check my account, everything was okay. But I went into the bank in Mandeville and I explained to them what was going on. This is what they did. They changed my card. They gave me a new card. All right. Later on, I learned that when something like this happened, they should have just shut down the account and changed my security features. But I learned the hard way. Okay. After I changed the card, after that I realized that money started coming out of my account from that very same day. I wasn't aware of this though, because I get no notification, like what happened the night before. Alright, this happened on Wednesday night, and I went into the bank on Thursday. And by Monday, all of my money, thousands of dollars in US dollars, add up to millions in Jamaican dollars, that was wiped out, totally wiped out over a weekend. Okay? When I found out that Monday afternoon, I went to the bank, but it was a bit late, so I had to call customer service. I spoke to a young lady, and I explained to her what was going on, and she said, okay. She said that she'll get back to me. She called me back a few hours later, and she gave me a case number, and said I should go back into the bank tomorrow with my case number. Okay. But she said to me, Mr. Williams, I have good news for you. She said, relocate where the money went. She said the money went to Scotia, Ligani, and she gave me the name of a person, which I will not disclose right now. Okay, I went into the bank the following morning, and I explained all of this to them. They tried to give me a new card again, but then one of the agents who was next door said, see, I'm sitting beside the agent who I was dealing with, said, no, the account should be closed down. So they closed the account down. All right, and they said to me that they're going to give me 17 days. So, 17 days, I was there waiting. I get no response from them within that 17 days. So I waited until about 3 weeks, 21 days, I gave them a call. So I gave customer service a call. Customer service said, okay, let them check. When they checked, they said there's nothing come down, so they're going to escalate the case. This happened again. I went call back another 3 days, the same thing. Another 3 days, 7 days, passing by the same thing. So I said, okay, this is not making any sense. Right? So I went into the bank. So when I went into the bank, the customer service agent lady was at the bank in Mandeville where I spoke to. So I explained that, no one calls me. So she said, okay, she's going to put someone onto the case. Before I reached into the parking lot, I got a call. And this call came from a Mr. Davis, who said that he was from the cyber unit. And he started to ask me some questions. Questions like what the customer service asked me about anyone calls me, do I get any text message, do I get any email? And the answer remained the same. Nothing changed. So he said I should go on my phone and I should text scamming, I should text account and 2 other words that he gave me to text in. Nothing happened. So he said, okay, he'll call me back in an hour. An hour time, he didn't call me. So I called him about 2 hours after. Asked me to do the same thing again. Nothing happened. So he said, okay, he's going to call me back in another hour again. One time passed, didn't call me. I called him about 2 hours after. Tell me to do the same thing, nothing happened. He said, okay, he's going to call me back again. He didn't call me back. So I called him the following day because it was now getting late after all these hours. It was now getting late, so I called him the following day. So when I called him, he said, my case doesn't look too good. So he's going to turn it over to Mr. Heron. A few days passed, I didn't hear from Mr. Heron. So I called back Mr. Davis, and Mr. Davis, shortly after that, I get a call from Mr. Heron. I spoke to Mr. Heron, I explained the same thing to him as I explained to Mr. Davis and the customer service. So I told him about the message that I get. He said I should email it to him. I emailed it to him, and a whole week passed and I did not hear back from this man. Okay? So I went back into the bank because I explained to them that, listen, I'm not getting anywhere with this thing. So I was put on to a manager into the bank, and she get in touch with Mr. Heron on the phone. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but based on my observation of what he was saying, is that he's turning back the case over to Mr. Davis. All right. So she said, okay, she's going to get on it. She's going to work with me. All right. So I should message her the following day to remind her. I did that. She and I was in communication for over a month. All right. Now, one of the things that puzzled me with this case is that I wasn't allowed to draw or to withdraw or to transfer X amount of money because I wanted to, a few days before all of this started to happen, I wanted to transfer $324,000, right? And the system would not allow me to transfer the $324,000. I had to transfer it $124,000. Now, when the money was being withdrawn out, the money was being taken out in 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, and there was no notification. How is this possible? When I have my token with me, and I thought the token was supposed to be for a security reason, I get no notifications, and all of this money went out. Okay, so after a month passed now, and we were still in communication, I got a message. I messaged the bank because they never messaged me at first. I always have to message or call them. So they asked me to come in. So when I went in, they gave me a letter now to saying that the bank is not responsible for the disappearance of my funds. Now, my thing is, if someone give me their money to keep and it goes missing, yes, I can call in the police, yes, of course. But I am responsible for that money. I am responsible for the safekeeping of that money. So if we give the bank our money to keep and it goes missing, and NCB cannot be held, so I'm not going to be held responsible for it, then what sense does the government forcing us to bank our money for? Why are we being forced to take our money to put into a bank? Why are we in all these advertisements and TVs telling you, safeguard your money, safeguard your money, safeguard your money into, a financial institute? This don't make any sense. You understand? So, here I am now, wake up one morning and could be a broke man. I'm putting this out there. I'm putting this out there because this is, for instance, let me use my mother as an example, who has never worked into a system. And she does her little higgling over the years, and she put up a little 2 cents banker money. And at 75, she doesn't have a pension to come in. And at 75, she get up one morning and find out that all of her money wiped out from her account. She saved this money so she could live with little dignity before she dies. So she would be able to, finance her little medication before she dies. And for her to get up one morning I'm putting her in my space right now, my position right now. And for her to get up one morning and then realize that she has nothing, and then the bank will not, be held responsible for it. See, the laws in this country and the laws that govern these banks are not protecting us, the small people. And listen to me, I'm going to say it again.